Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll be telling you 5 most important and effective tips to improve vocabulary. I know improving vocabulary is a really difficult task, but when you'll come to know about all these 5 tips, it will no longer be difficult for you. These tips will boost your vocabulary a lot. But the thing is that you have to practice these tips every day. I know at the beginning you'll be having a problem to practice these tips every day, but after some time you'll be having a habit of it. And when you'll practice these tips every day, after some time your vocabulary will be so advanced. And if you are learning vocabulary or if you are a new language learner, new English learner, then your vocabulary must be very strong. It is the most important step of learning English. And developed vocabulary plays a major role in getting maximum marks in English exams. And if your vocabulary is developed, you'll be having an advantage in English exams. And if you want to know all the tips, watch the video till the end. So let's get started. So the first tip is read every day. Read English material every day. English material, for example, you can read books, novels, stories, or rather ebooks, or magazines, journals, or newspaper. All these materials are really helpful. I know many of you are not in a habit of reading every day or sometime also, but if you want to improve your vocabulary, you have to develop that habit. Reading gives you wonderful happiness. So you must read, read, and read, as it plays a major role in improving vocabulary. Let me tell you in detail. So, let me tell you the third point. So, whenever you are reading, you underline the unfamiliar words. Then after searching, after search their meanings. So, whenever you find any word whose meaning you didn't know, so write that word in a particular copy. And after you finish that para or that particular page, search for that meaning. Now, the second tip is also related to the first and second one. Like this, when you keep all the words at one place, you have to learn 2 to 5 words daily, minimum 2 to 5 words daily from that particular notebook. Also write their synonyms and root words with them. Synonyms help a lot. For example, if you want to use a particular word somewhere, and you're not getting what that word was, or you are not able to recognize the spelling of that word, then you can use a synonym instead of it. Now, let me tell you what root words are. Root words are the words which doesn't have any prefix or suffix. Let's take an example. The root word I've taken here is odd. A-U-D, odd. It means hair. The words that have been made with the word odd is audible or audience or audio. For example, in that particular notebook, you have written a word odd. Write audience, audible, and audio with that. And write their synonyms. For audience, the synonym is listener. For audible, it's clear. And for audio, it's sound. So like this, root words, or we can say related words, help a lot to improve vocabulary. It is the fastest way to improve vocabulary. So the second tip was that minimum you have to learn 2 to 5 words daily, and maximum it depends on your capacity. So like this, root words and synonyms will help you a lot. Now the fourth tip is keep a vocabulary notebook. In an indirect way you can say write your own dictionary. Keeping a vocabulary is really helpful. For example, I've told you in the third point that whenever you're finding an unfamiliar word, keep that word in a particular notebook. It means you have to create a particular notebook for new unfamiliar words. It doesn't mean whenever you're reading any article or newspaper or book, you write the meanings anywhere. You have to make a separate copy so that it will be really simple for you to revise them whenever you want or to search for them. You can put a page number also. So, there are 2 ways to prepare a vocabulary notebook. The first one is random, which means that whenever you're finding an unfamiliar word, jot it down in that particular page or notebook, and it is not alphabetically. Second thing is it's like a dictionary. You create a vocabulary notebook in an alphabetical way. Make separate pages for alphabets A to Z and then jot down the word according to that starting alphabet. The fifth and the last step is revise and repeat and use them in your conversation or in your writings. Whenever you're writing any word in your particular vocabulary notebook, you have to revise them. You have to use them in your daily conversations, in your writing skills. Vocabulary notebook is not for show. You have to use those words daily. You have to revise them. You have to learn their synonyms and root words. Then only your vocabulary will be advanced. So, these were the first important tips. So, now let's revise them again. Let's revise the steps. So, the first step was, first of all, you take an example. You have taken a chapter of your novel and you're reading it normally. You find an unfamiliar word. You jot it down in your vocabulary notebook. Also write synonyms and root words with them. Then, on the next day, revise that word and use that word in your conversation. So like this, if you'll practice like this for some time, your vocabulary will be really advanced and polished. I hope that if you really want to improve a vocabulary, you'll practice these words daily. Be focused and you'll achieve your goal. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.